Hi, I'm John McLaughlin, the Resource Manager of Habitat for Humanity Grey Bruce, and I'm here today to tell you a little bit about Habitat for Humanity and what we are, and maybe a little bit about what we aren't. So Habitat for Humanity is a large international organization in over 70 countries around the world. It started in 1976 in Americus, Georgia, by a family named Fuller, Millard and Linda Fuller, not by Jimmy Carter, as some people think. And we build houses, affordable houses for people. Habitat for Humanity Grey Bruce started in 1987. It was the second habitat to come to Canada, and it now is the oldest surviving affiliate in all of Canada. Since 1987, we've built 52 houses, and we started building one house every 3 or 4 years. Now we're building multi-houses each year. Okay, so now I'm standing at the Owen Sound site of our 2020 build, which is a challenge during COVID, obviously. But the families are selected using a blind test by our board of directors. The families must first off be living in substandard housing. Secondarily, they must be willing to put in 500 hours per family. They can use friends and relatives to do some of it. And they must also have an income so they can afford to pay a mortgage. Many people think Habitat builds houses and then gives them away. Couldn't be farther from the truth. We build our houses using volunteer labor and as much donated product as we can, and we sell them to the families. I say sell them to the families at fair market value. Now, fortunately for the families, they pay it back with a no down payment mortgage, a no interest mortgage, and the mortgage payments are geared to their income. Canada Mortgage and Housing Corporation says that no more than 30% of the family income should go towards housing costs. We use 25%, so we only take 25% of the family's income towards paying the mortgage until it's paid off. The mortgage payments the family make go into a pot called the Fund for Humanity, and that's used to pay for future builds as we go forward. Studies show that families are freed from struggles and indignities of living in inadequate shelter. A Habitat home opens doors to increased self-esteem and self-reliance. Children do better in school, they have a healthier lifestyle, and all around the families are much happier.
My family was consistently sick. We were often out with respiratory issues. My younger kids would often have runny noses, just not feeling well. So we missed a lot of work because of sickness. I am a single mom and I have 3 children. So before I had another house that was in the community, and at that time it was probably one of our best options to have. The only issue was that there was a lot of mold in the house. For our family, we needed a place that was healthy, we needed a place that was affordable and energy efficient. Honestly, every single day, I'm just so excited and can't believe that this is our house, that this is the place that we get to, be a family in, and it's a healthy environment, and it's so economical to live here as well.
We're very proud of our partnership with the Chippewas of Nawash Unceded First Nation, located in Nashingming, formerly Cape Croker. In 2017, Habitat for Humanity Grey Bruce built the first house ever built by Habitat for Humanity on First Nations land in all of Ontario. This led us to a subdivision being created, and Habitat for Humanity Grey Bruce and the Chippewas of Nawash started to build a subdivision of 18 houses. In addition to our monthly mortgage payments, we have several local sponsors, one of which is Bruce Power, Realtors Associated Grey Bruce and Owen Sound, Royal LePage, Meridian, and a new sponsor this year is the Society of United Professionals. We also have several sponsors from nationwide. CGC does drywall, Allegion locks. We also have DuPont that does insulation, and Dow Corning that does insulation. And we'd like to thank all those sponsors for all their support. Our biggest contributor to our builds is our restores. We have 3 restores, one in Owen Sound, one in Hanover, and one in Port Elgin. And these restores accept donated products such as furniture, building materials, lights, etc., and we sell them to the public. And by doing this, we're keeping about 2 million pounds of waste out of the landfill sites every year. So with the surplus from the restores, we're able to cover all our administrative costs. That way, every single dollar donated to the build goes to the build. No donated dollar to the build is used to cover administration costs. It's all covered by the restore. Well, thanks for watching our video. Habitat for Humanity Grey Bruce is changing lives throughout Grey Bruce for families that are selected to buy the houses. And we'd like to thank all the volunteers and sponsors that make it possible. I'd like to remind you that there's a volunteer opportunity for you on our build site. If you're 16 years of age and older, you can volunteer. If you're in school, those volunteer hours can count towards your volunteer hours. So please join us on the build site. You might even learn something. See you on the build.